don't have the phone to log in for that right now. Because we need that shot phone to get the message, remember?
That is what I told you. Do I need to bring the phone?
Nah, I can check on mine later. Point is, Wegogins have a very mixed understanding what their rights are. It's not like America, where you can just be like, fuck you to the police, right? But it's also not like North Korea, where they can be like, papers, please, right? So, police can do random checks in South Korea, right? You've seen it happen, right? But do police do that by default? No. It's usually if immigration requested or something, right? Like, do you think police really, like... It's like the thing is, you know, in some time go to Hongdae, there's fucking police doing like cigarette people butt clean, right? Do you think that guy became a cop to do that? Not really, right? But he has to like ticket like, oh, 이거 담배 버렸어요. 5만 원. Like, and he knows what the other person's thinking. 씨발 경찰, you know?
I'll also go live.
That's what they're thinking. 씨발 경찰 새끼, blah 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 blah, right? So, at the same time is. For instance, I have yet to see immigration or someone stop Wegugin in Seoul for checking ID cards. Have you ever seen it happen?
Police checking for ID cards?
Yeah, in Seoul.
I haven't seen.
I've never seen it in Seoul. I've only seen it outside of Seoul, right? Because you do that shit in Seoul, right? The problem about that is it makes people feel unsafe. The property value goes down. Like, could you imagine, like, you're walking outside, like, you're a Korean, right? You live in Gangnam, and then in Gangnam you see police sitting in front of the subway station. Let me see your ID card and shit, right? You'll be like, oh my god, my city's not safe. Then the property value drops. No one wants to live there anymore. I mean, it seems silly, but that's how it is. The presence of police makes the property value seems lower, right? It feels unsafe. So that's the thing about it. They don't want to see that. So the same reason, if you police don't really want to go around catching Wegogins, because as a consumer, do you think the person delivering food cares it's a Wegogin? They don't care. They want their food to come on time.
Yeah.
Like, if you ordered food and it came faster as a Wegogin, you'll be like, damn, Wegogin works hard, right?
Yeah.
So who actually cares? Just people who have nothing else better to do. And another one is, if enough people were it's the same thing as if enough people were doing the job, then Wegogin would not have a job. So they're fulfilling a job requirement. They're doing things that Koreans aren't willing to do. I mean, you've tried delivery for we've tried delivery for a bit, right? Is this something that you think most Koreans want to do?
No.
It's not, right? I mean, and let's be honest, the people who are doing delivery, no offense to anyone who does delivery, you're not doing this as their forte. They're doing it because they kind of fucked up on something and they have no money now, right? Yeah. No one woke up in the morning like, Mommy, what do you want to be? Like, I want to be a delivery driver when I grow up. No one said that. Like, again, not hating on them, but it is a vital job, but it's not like the job that they grew up wanting to do.
And I also see the, like, you know, people, those people, I know they have a points. They are also doing the delivery when they're not getting their, you know, the amount of the jobs they get is less because Wegogin is doing it. I see the point there.
But do you think because Wegogin doing it and not getting many jobs? It's not that.
My concern is only, like, you know, when like they suddenly interrogate or some Wegogin like them, and they don't, like, they are, of course they are scared because they are in another countries doing job, and also, yeah, it's an illegal way to do, and obviously they cannot say that.
It's a good target for them to target Wegogins, right? Because they're like, yo, what the fuck? But at the same time, again, if they're not the police and they're not immigration, you should say, fuck you, suck my dick. Or balls or titties or whatever.
They're, bro, even, like, you know, doing a physical assault on them, bro.
Yeah, well, it's the reason I think that anyone who does delivery should have a cam and make sure you record everything. Because, well, it's all, like, if I was Wegogin, I'd be like, please assault me so I can get paid. I don't have to do my deliveries no more.
No.
But another one is, how do you even know if they're doing deliveries or not? Like, actually know.
No, they're checking, as I told you, they're checking the box. And
yeah, we're checking the box, but like, what does that prove? One, you're not allowed to touch someone else's food. if I was a Korean person getting my food delivered, right, and if someone else touched my food other than the person delivery, I'd say, yo, I want my food remade. Why? The only person that should be allowed to touch my food is the shop and the delivery person. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, if you really think about it, I think that's the core issue is someone else is not allowed to touch my food. But if someone else touched my food, then how do they know my food's safe? And as a food delivery person, you're actually kind of responsible for that too. Is as much as it's important thing is you want to deliver that food safely to that person, right?
Yeah.
But if someone else starts touching your food, then and they get sick, now they're gonna sue you. Sue who? So it seems like a basic thing in front, but in reality, it's a lot more complicated than that. Now, again, if they start touching your food, I'd probably contact the customer support center. Like, someone try to touch the food, this happened, I'd probably call the police and let shit know what happened. So again, whether you're vegan or not is a secondary thing. The first thing is it should not happen in the first place, right?
Yeah.
This goes back to like America ICE things is which law is more priority. It's like, well, think that his vegan is a secondary matter. First thing, he's delivering food, and the food delivery person, then you need to let him do his job. Now you're not letting him work. Now you're assaulting him, now you're touching him, now you're touching his food. That seems like very dumb things to do. And if I was watching my food happen to my food, I'd be like, oh shit, I don't want that food no more. It's been touched by how many people?
There are a few accounts on TikTok that you can watch the whole process, what is going on there.
Again, it's so like I this is one thing that I feel like is a trend, or not trend, but a thing that is hard for some people to understand. This is why the US has issues with its own country. Is, are we first looking at their status as a legal status, or are we looking at them as a human first? But if you view them as a human first, right, then your first thing is they're doing a job, then you should not bother the person doing their job. Or do you view them as a legal person, therefore they have no rights? I think, though, and this is what happens a lot, what a lot of people now call Christians to be hypocrites, is that before their status of that is they're considered humans, and humans have rights, and therefore you should respect them as a human. After his delivery is done, then maybe you can consider his status, but you shouldn't bother someone while they're doing their job. Just my 2 cents, right?
Also, by talking about this, we are not like supporting a vegan delivery, right?
No, we're not talking about vegan delivery at all. We're talking about the idea of bothering someone doing their job on the assumption of their status.
Yes.
Vegans should not be, unless they have a legal visa, do working at all. Remember, this is a very different stance. Is that it's like a lawyer, right? If a lawyer could defend someone who is maybe guilty or not guilty, it's not his job. His job is to make sure the law is followed, right? If his client is illegal, or I mean not legal, is guilty, then he should go to jail. That's a fact, right? Not discussing the legality of things like that. That's not our area of discussion. If you fucked up, then you know it's your fault. You should go to jail. But either way, it's actually going on another topic. Is a lot of really bad people get really good lawyers, right? And then they say is, how could you defend such a bad person? You might have that idea too. I thought that also when I was younger. It's like, if you have a conscience, or if you're a good person, how would you defend that pedophile, murder, child, blah, 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 right? The reality is, bad people need even better lawyers, and those people will purposely pick those right. If a bad person gets a shitty lawyer, you know what's gonna happen? He'll get a mistrial. Because his lawyer was not good quality, he'll appeal and get off on appeal. What it means is the person who did the bad crime needs an amazing lawyer. That way the prosecution does an amazing job. This way 100% he is guilty. It seems kind of counterintuitive, but if you think about it, it makes sense. Let's say I raped 13 people, killed 50 people, whatever, right? And then I have a fucking ghetto-ass lawyer. And he's like, my client did something, he didn't do papers on time, he didn't take care of evidence on time, and then I get guilty, life in prison, right? And then I'm just like to the judge later on, my lawyer was an idiot. he didn't do this on time, he didn't do this, he didn't do this, he didn't do all the things he was supposed to do, then I'm gonna get an appeal, right? And in the appeal, I might win, or I might get a mistrial, I might get so many chances of winning, right? But let's say you saw you saw Suits, right?
Yeah, if you...
Like, imagine that kind of like Harvey Specter guy is my lawyer, right? And he defends me and I lose. Then shit, I really lost, right? Then what does that mean? That 100% I'm going to jail. So you can actually see the thing that a good lawyer will actually defend a bad person because they actually don't like that person. This one goes back to the thing is that, you know, we have to make sure that you have your rights protected, because and this is goes on deeper and deeper, is why do these Americans do that shit where you said, like, why don't they cooperate with the police? It's because of that person, that people who have lesser rights can stand for their rights. White girl goes in and she'll say some bullshit, you're like, why the fuck would you do that? But if she doesn't do that, then the person with less rights will get fucked. And then that means it's kind of like a social responsibility that people who have rights have to defend their rights for the people who don't have as much good colors. And that's why that Renee Good person getting killed was such a thing, is that she had all the rights of a not getting killed person, right?
Yes.
But she killed her.
Yes.
And then that's why. But if that was a black person, let's be honest, she'd already be dead before that happened. But because of a white person, she exercised her rights, and because of that, they got so much thing. It's good. They're saying if they're gonna kill a white woman like that, then what about black people, Asian people, Mexicans, right?
Yes.
And that is the core cause of why we have to exercise our rights to our freedom and shit like that, is that they're gonna pop your ass. But going back to the topic at hand, is that 외국인, whether they're one thing is you don't even know if they're 외국인 or not. Like,
Yeah.
the issue is that based on what your accent or your skin color, where you talk, they're assuming you're 외국인, right?
Yes.
So what about Kyopo, second generation Koreans? You know, the hey yo, what's up, mama, you know, people, right? So are they also considered, like, you know, or you know, there's like some famous black Korean celebrities, right? What if that guy would do food delivery? They'd be like, ah, you something, right? But he's like, yo, I'm Korean. 한국 사람인데 아니잖아, right?
Yes.
So it's gonna eventually happen to catch one of those guys. And there's also a lot of F6s who do delivery. F2s can do delivery, right?
Yeah.
F4, F5, they can all do food delivery. There's quite a bit. They're just waiting to pick, but they're pretty much trying to pick on people who they're doing what we call racial profiling.
Yeah.
And that that's a very slippery and dangerous slope to do, racial profiling, actually. But yeah, I change my wipers. But basically, it's make sure you're filming. I think anyone who does bike should be filming with a head cam or body cam by default. If you're on a bike, bikes are dangerous, right? And then yeah, if they start touching your shit, then you film it, and then if they're live, it should be easier to figure out where they're live from. And then you film it, and then later you file a police complaint of them doing the shit to you or touching you, blah blah blah. And the most important thing about this is that you don't even have to tell the police that what you were doing. You know, for all we know, is you were picking up food for your friends. You know, as long as the bike is legally registered. If you're already doing, if you're having multiple crimes at the same time, that's your own fault. You're an idiot. But let's say the bike is registered to your name, right? Then I was just picking up food for my friend to deliver. My homie, he ordered some pizza. He asked me, can I pick it? I picked it up. Wouldn't that be a valid thing to do? It's not like that matters, right? So again, the question becomes, what are they do? They can't do shit. But if you get scared, and usually you'll get scared because you're in a foreign country, which is understandable. But the thing is, don't talk.
Mm-hmm.
And again, they have no right to do anything because you haven't done a crime.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if you're fleeing from a crime, like you hit someone and you did something, then that's a debate. If you're merely picking up food and putting food into your thing and you're delivering in food places, then I don't think that matters. And another one is, what if you're mute?
Yeah.
What if you can't speak Korean? Or just some sign language and shit, right?
Yeah.
Like, the point is let's be honest, the people who were caught were probably actually guilty. And that's why they acted guilty. But, you know what they say is, if it walks like a duck, talks like a duck, quacks like a duck, that's probably a duck.
Mm-hmm.
If you do illegal shit and you look like you're doing illegal shit and you act illegal, then you're actually illegal shit.
But most of the times the Uyghurs, they know that they shouldn't be doing the job, which is not like a legal way, and they get scared because I don't think like a Uyghur they feel like they are on a wrong side, and they feel like they cannot talk about the rights.
I understand that, right? But okay, let's be honest though, is when you see an average driver, I don't even know if it's male or female half the time.
Mm-hmm.
You know how covered up people are right now?
Mm-hmm.
Like, unless you're on your fucking mic talking to someone like chicka chicka China chicka chicka something, right?
Mm-hmm.
How the fuck? I don't even know. You know the people come to like Jenny's shop to pick up food. 99% of the time, I don't even know what they are.
Mm-hmm.
They're completely in winter wear. They have a beanie, helmet. They have their mask on, everything. How would you even know what country they're from? So I'm saying is, if you're doing things that are obviously make you feel like 외국인, like, 안녕하세요. But the reality is if you're doing enough, like if you're dressed like everyone else, no one's gonna even question if you're 외국인 or not.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what part of them would even like make you even think that they're 외국인? The only time like I can tell if they're regular or not is when one, they're talking on their phone or something maybe, or two, they're delivering by car, since in car you're not wearing as much clothing. But you seen the other drivers, right? Like if you show 10 pictures of the drivers like in a profile like shot, I'll be like, which one's regular? I have no idea. The eye colors maybe. So don't be like dressed like Gen Z and do delivery. I'm pretty sure the Vietnam people, they look like, I don't know, I've seen videos. I'm pretty sure just by looking at it, you're like, that guy's a 외국인, right?
Mm-hmm.
But you saw how the Korean ajushis drew. They're wearing fucking thick ass pants, jacket, everything, vest, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like everything about them says, hi, I'm not 외국인, I'm just a Korean person. So the thing is that dress the part. I mean, I'm just saying, it was me, that's what I did. I'd probably dress up the part too. And it is pretty damn cool. You hungry?
No, not really.
Really? Neither am I, but I think, it's important for people to know their rights, because it starts with 외국인 rights. Once 외국인 rights disappear, then Korean rights will disappear too. It's like the whole thing is, they came for the whatever and I did nothing, and they came for whatever, I did nothing, and eventually they came for me. It's too late. That's the saying they have, right? They came for the blacks, I did nothing. They came for Asian, I did nothing. Eventually they came for me, and it was too late. but also the issue is the marketplaces themselves. They don't mind Beguine working. Remember we went for the Turkey visa, right? Their sign is in English for the pickup, and that's not even like a restaurant. It's an official Pemin pickup center. It says in English, so that means they know, you know, that the people who are working are Beguines. But their system doesn't work without using Beguines, so. Do you think the shopkeepers care that Beguines are delivering their food? No. The food delivery people care? No. The coupon care? No. Only the driver cares. But the thing is, if there were enough drivers, then they would not need Beguine. Coupon would rather not use Beguines than can if they could choose, right? But the fact that they're giving out missions mean what? There's not enough drivers. Right now, after I checked, there's a mission from 5 p.m. to 9 p.m. 9 deliveries for 15,000, right? But imagine if all the Koreans were delivering food, would they give that mission? No, they would not have to give a mission because people are delivering food. Fact is, not enough people are delivering food, even with their so-called Beguines, right? So there's not enough delivery people. So who are they complaining about? It's like Americans saying Mexicans stealing their job. Like, are you gonna go to a farm? Could you imagine some white Karen working at a pig farm? Okay, how about this? Could you imagine any Korean doing any of the work that E9 does? Except for factory work, but even the factory work, let's be honest, most Koreans will not do. Korea currently has record unemployment, right? But we have record E9 visas. What does that mean, though? We're hiring more and more. We're going to do work, but then the college grads don't want to do work.
So on those videos, the title would be like standing up for Korean people rights and those things.
But the Korean ain't gonna do delivery. Ask anyone in the countryside, right? They don't want to hire Koreans. They don't work hard. They're not grateful. They fucking leave all of a sudden. They quit after they complain. It's the thing is, immigrants do good jobs because they're grateful for the work.
Yes.
It's a fact. I mean, and that is what. But if immigrants are really taking your direct jobs, I understand. But they're not taking the jobs that you want to do, right? Or Koreans want to do. I don't see them fucking Koreans working in the farm picking out corn and shit. I don't see them working in the metal factories at fucking 2 a.m. printing out metal sheets and stuff. Koreans want to sit at home. They want to work at an office job, right? They're complaining about no jobs, but they don't do shit. Since I became 18 or 19, I have never felt that there was no jobs. I just felt there was no job that I wanted, yes. But there is always work. Like, I'm pretty sure in any country in the world, there's always work. It's just whether you want to do that work or not, right?
True, you are right. That is also my concern. Like, even in my country, they say like
there's jobs, bro. Yeah. There are jobs, but they don't want to do those jobs.
Yes, true.
Remember Jenny's dad was talking about he was working like 3-4 jobs. They're all shitty jobs, right? He worked at a cafe or something. He worked at a book press. He worked at like some shit. He was working anything that pays money. He'll work. If you don't care about your job, there's so many jobs in the world. Like, one thing I do when I go to like the Southeast Asia countries, I don't sleep much. You go out at 4 a.m., right? There's a fucking job at 4 a.m. of some guy doing something.
Yes.
Moving cones, delivering something, getting ready for construction work. These are all jobs normal people don't want. They want to sleep. There's always jobs, but it's whether you think you're too good for it or not, bro. But now everyone wants I want an office job. I want to work corporate. I want to travel a lot. I want to go to Instagram and do shit like that. That is true though. I mean, no one wants to work a hard job, right? But truth is, there's a lot of jobs, bro. It's actually frustrating how many jobs there are. But one thing I like about the YouTube, right? It automatically it saves the video and I can cut it later.
TikTok also you can do that.
Oh yeah, that's good. And it has AI highlights now. Do that, but. Oh yeah. Ooh, give me a like. No, that doesn't give me a like. You have to click on the top and give me an actual like.
Right.
Click on like the info thing.
Where is info?
Maybe the settings. Try it from there. So like they have to actually like. There's like a.
Not in settings.
Or some options to like. Pressing the heart doesn't give a like. It's like a drop down menu. Like view more or view chat, like. What is it? Oh yeah. You have to press the actual like from there. Giving the hearts only just 2 hearts on here, but it doesn't. Yeah, it went up now. But someone else gave me a like too. It's kind of cool. One thing is that when you do a mobile live, right? I can't type or do anything. So that's why I realize is the streamers, right? They use 2 phones for that.
Yes.
Because you're not allowed to type on this one. Today we're going to Incheon Airport because we're going to take the new bridge later. Brand new bridge that Korea is racist against. This is another issue I have with the Korean party. Alright, I'll ask you a very simple question: should 외국인s have the same wage as non-외국인s in their country? So not just Korea, but in a country, should the foreigners be paid the same wage as the domestic person?
If they are not paid same as the domestic people, wouldn't that be like a abuse or a slave kind of thing?
Yes, but do you know most countries in the world have it separate?
Really?
Yes, almost all countries have a separate separation. You can pay them less. The United States is one of the few countries, and Korea also, not very few countries. All of East Asia and all those countries, you can pay domestic foreign workers less.
I think it depends on the how the country is doing. I think well developed and educated, wise countries, they have the same ways, but those like country like
What about Singapore?
They have a
Singapore, you can pay them way less.
Oh, really?
Hong Kong, way less. So it's not a question that is. The fact is one of the question is now becoming this is it's a job that Koreans don't want to do. So why are we paying them the money that same way we would pay a Korean did it, right? So the idea is that they should get paid less. Now I'm not saying I agree or disagree with that, but here's the problem is I think there's a uniformity. There is a party that's current party in charge are saying that 외국인 should have the same wage and same rights and same everything as a Korean. Right? That's cool. That same party says 외국인 should not pay should pay for that bridge, but Koreans don't have to. Basically, what I'm saying is it's not a policy that comes from morality. It's a policy that comes from what benefits them. Because the other party is, I don't agree or disagree with the statement too, is they're saying, why are we paying them the same wage as Koreans when they're doing jobs that Koreans don't want to do? We should be able to pay them less. They're coming from a country where they're being paid 30만 원 per month. Why can't we pay them 1.5 million, 1.8 million? We're not saying we're not going to pay you like zero, but we should be able to pay them at least less than a Korean, right? It incentivizes the owner, right? You'll still have all your insurances, everything, but your salary will be lower. Okay, that's the next understandable point. But it comes from a place of policy versus the other party is just saying is, oh, they should have equal pay, but not on this one though. Not on this one. Not on this policy. And they even came up with something more dumb, is that, oh, we shouldn't give them all free health insurance. We should give them the same amount as their country gives ours. So let's say in Nepal there's no national health insurance, right? Then they're saying if a Nepali comes to Korea, they should also not get health insurance. Because if the Korean doesn't get the same treatment there, why are they getting the same treatment here? I was like, but that Korean's not paying taxes in Nepal the same way that Nepali is paying taxes here, right? So that doesn't make sense either. But this is how dumb our politicians are, is the idea was, oh, why are we giving them good treatment here when we don't get the same treatment there? I'm just like, yeah, because that's why we're a better country though, right? My biggest pet peeve or peeve is that Weguis come to Korea, pay a shit ton of taxes, and they leave. We should be so thankful, bro, that Weguis come and work for 10 years, pay taxes, and they don't fucking retire here, bro. How many times you been to the hospital? Like 3 times? 4 times?
Not really.
Barely, right?
Yes.
We've been paying anywhere from 7만 원 to 15만 원 per month every month for the past 5 years.
Yes.
But you went to the doctor's like less than 4 or 5 times, right?
One time.
Yeah, one time. Pretty much almost never, right?
Yes.
Thanks for paying for my parents' hospital bill. My dad goes once a month. You get my concern about this, how fucked up the system is, right? Is they're sucking all the money out. And I mean, if they sucked all your money and then they give you good treatment, I wouldn't mind. I'd be like, ah, that's cheaper, that's okay, you know? But no, y'all paying money into a system you don't use. And then they're complaining about Weguin. I'm just like, dude, we should ask for more Weguins to come. Like, if I feel like this would be fair. Hey, we're gonna fuck you, but while you're here, we'll treat you good. So do whatever the fuck you want as long as you pay taxes. Steal all our jobs, do whatever, work your ass off. When you turn 35, get the fuck out. But for those 15 years you're here, you're gonna pay so much money. I consider that to be smart policy. And I still do strongly believe that if you worked here for, let's say, 5 or more years, you should be allowed to get travel visa with no extra like thing. Just the fact that while you're here for 5 years, let's say, right, you're here for 5 years or something, then as long as you did no crime, paid all your taxes, you should be able to get like 3-month travel visa with no like documents needed.
Travel visa to what?
To Korea.
Yes, you are right, true.
I feel like if you spent 5 years here and you paid your taxes, did everything right, did no crime, I think at least, I mean, there should be some limitations, maybe once a year, twice a year, but whatever. It should be, it should be almost like visa-free travel.
True.
Then in that case, I think more people want to come to Korea, like, because it's like if we do that, then people will be like, okay, well, at least they respect the fact that I worked here, right?
Yes.
And if they want to stay illegal, they would have been illegal from the beginning. You know? Like, you could make the initial processing a little bit more, like maybe background checks or something, but let's say, but I think like you should be given re-entry visas over time. See, I should be a politician. These are such sound policies that people hear about it, be like, yeah, that makes sense. Even for a Korean, that makes sense, I think. I tried asking a few, I'm like, yo, if they work their asses off here, shouldn't they be at least allowed to visit the country that they, you know? I think Philippine soldiers, they served in UN Army, I think. If I'm not right, they did, right? I don't think they're allowed to come here. Filipino people. Isn't that fucked up that your soldiers could have died in this country but can't visit it? Now y'all just sent rice, so that's your problem. You guys should have sent at least like 10 soldiers. I'm just saying, if you sent 10 soldiers, bro, we don't got shit to say, right? We're gonna grab a taco and then we're gonna go. But I'm serious though, like it's messed up how y'all can live here or work here for 5-10 years, sometimes more at the end, right? Then when you leave the country, there's like, nope, you can never come back. I seriously think that's wrong though. At the very least, you should be allowed to come back to the place you worked at. Spent literally your most precious years, right?
Yes.
Yeah, vote me for president, bro. I'd fucking make this shit work so much better. $10 years, automatic green card, bro. Permanent residency at 10 years, I think. You have a baby, bam. As long as you make sure that baby stays predominantly in Korea, make him Korean citizen. I mean, I know no one's ever gonna follow my policies because they're too progressive, or the fuck it is, but I feel like my policies make sense.
Are we going Philippines now?
Do you want? You brought a passport?
When will be that day, bro? Like, let's go.
I used to do that a lot. We will do that again soon, man.
Oh, this is my dream job.
Yeah, I wanted you to show you your dream job.
If I get the F6 visa, I'm gonna do that. Where are these people?
Please pay attention to the car. Oh my god. Why are they parking on the fucking ghetto ass Koreans?
For equal pay, I think if Korea, like, you know, the early phase of E9 EPS, not only to Nepal but for whole war, if they had like started doing that to like paying less to Wegugan, I think no Wegugan would have mind about it.
The issue actually is not about the E9 factory works. The issue came from the housemaids. So the problem out is housemaid, right? Is their working hours are considered long, right? So an EPS worker is working at a factory. They work a 9 to 6 job. They do that. It's normal job. It's an extended, right? But then if you're hiring someone to be a housemaid, and this is also why Singapore and the main targets, the job that they focus on underpay is actually the maids, right? Is if you pay the maid regular hour, right? They're working the 20-hour, 18-hour job 7 days a week. At minimum wage, they're suddenly get paid like $5-6 million. But question is why are we paying them $5-6 million to do that job? Which technically they should get paid that much minimum wage, but at the same time it's like, god damn, that's way too much. So you see where that occurs. It's not actually the factory jobs that they care about, to be honest. It's the other ones, the one I'm mentioning is the maid jobs, live at home maids, right? So you have to feed them, take care of them, do everything, but you also have to give them a minimum wage. Then they're like, holy shit, that's expensive.
Maid, they have no like holiday.
They usually get 1 day off per week. But that's what they're saying. But if that's the point, like, why are we hiring a Lego? You could hire a Korean too, but the Koreans don't want to do that either. But in Hong Kong, right, average maids get paid about $750. We also give them food and housing and everything, right?
Per month.
Per month.
Singaporean dollar.
No, it's Hong Kong. Singapore is about the same too. They're usually around the world about 750 because that's based on they're from Philippines, so what is considered good money for them, right? So 750, including housing and food, is reasonable. Since all their food is paid for, everything is paid for, so 750 is just pure money they keep, right? They don't have to spend any money on their own. And then it's like, okay, that's reasonable, right? Oh shit, it's gonna get cold. Let me hold this for a sec. Could you imagine in Korea, right?
Mm-hmm.
They pay you for your housing and your food,
Mm-hmm.
and you get paid like 4 or 5 million.
Mm-hmm.
Look, wouldn't anyone, everyone would do that job, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
But the way they kind of messed it up, right,
Uh-huh.
is they only work from 9 to 6,
Uh-huh.
and then they have like a separate dormitory and whatever bullshit, and they get paid like 2 point something million.
Mm-hmm.
And then they did a pilot program, and a bunch of them ran away. Because they're like, I could get paid more money doing other shit. But we're at the airport to eat Taco Bell. But I think that's the problem about it, is that is the reason why one of the parties are saying that for certain areas or fields, maybe we should consider having different wages, right? But another issue that came about that is that only rich people have maids.
Uh-huh.
So that it's a really weird thing that they bought like 100 maids to pilot program, but I think like 70% went to Gangnam.
Uh-huh.
And well, that's the thing is like, do you think? I mean, I'm not rich enough to have a maid.
Mm-hmm.
Like, who are these balls for? Who are they for? That's cool. Plus, those maids need to have passed like training, and they have to have graduated from universities too. Okay.
Where is the gimbal?
You still gotta return it, so it's at the shop.
We need a gimbal and DJI mic. So that I can stream everything you do.
We're at the airport, guys, because we're going to Hungary through Shanghai. Coming for you, Jenny. Let's see if you're doing something weird. Huh? I'm gonna find out what you've been doing. We're so comfortable. You know, we did the middle while, huh? The one where you can like lean all the way back.
Uh-huh. True.
You have to restart the screen to change orientation.
Really?
Yeah. You can't change the orientation while it's restarting.
I'm gonna restart it then.